First of all, I give Florida Atlantic a ton of credit, the coaches and players. I know just from talking to our kids from Florida, with it being on their minds and give them a ton of credit. It's a good football team, and they came out ready, and hats off to them. It's today was there's some really good stuff that happened, and I think there's areas that we have to learn from and continue to get better. I think offensively, the 2 turnovers, and once again, we gave our defense a short field. We've got to stop doing that. That's, 2 games in a row. We can't do that. I thought our defense, certainly we gave up the big pass, but other than that, in the short field, I thought they did a lot of really good. I thought they were really good in a lot of areas and handled it. And second half particularly, proud of the way they played. And I thought offensively, a number of areas, it was good to get Jonathan going. I thought Chryst ran the ball better. And I thought that we were inconsistent in some things in the throw game. I think Alex was good, and then I think he kind of missed one. He kind of missed Foom crossing over, and I think we had a couple of drops. We've got a lot of things that we've got to clean up and get better at, and appreciate what this group did this week to come out and get ready for this game and to play. So it's 2 games in. It's always good to get the games and the experience, and we got to continue to grow. I can hear him.
It looked like Alex was in rhythm early, but then after that, I know there were a couple drops, but did he get out of rhythm because of that pick, perhaps?
I don't know because of the pick or not. Right. It's that was it was a 2nd and 3 or 4, and had pressure off the edge. You just got to, if it's not there, you got to dump it and live to play another down. And he's got to be able to respond from it. And I think that it's probably not as simple as that caused this, but that's where you just got to focus. You got to learn from what happened, and then focus on the next plays. And that's where I think guys around got to help pick it up. And I think that's an example of an area where we can continue to get better. We need to get better.
Alex did a lot of good things today, but there were a few deep balls that seemed like he didn't quite put enough on them and had to have guys come back for him. What do you think is the difference there? What do you think he needs to do in those situations to put the ball where it needs to be down the field?
I think it's put the ball where it needs to be. You said it right there.
Chase.
First half, you had a couple drives where they stopped you inside the 5. How important do you think that was as far as them staying in the game?
I think it's a factor in it, and we have confidence, and I thought we gotta execute down there, and I think it changes the dynamic of the game, and those opportunities to score are important, and then when you don't score, that impacts the game.
Paul, what did you think of Jonathan's ability to respond after the fumble? And does he play a little more mature than what you'd think a freshman his 2nd game is?
Well, I think that each kid's so different. That's what's fun about what we get to do and being around all the different types of players and personalities. And I think when he came, and even when we're recruiting him and getting to know him, he is mature, and he's, I think, a person with great focus and wants to take full advantage of this opportunity, and was proud of the way he kind of was after the fumble and his response, and he will learn from it and grow from it, and that's good.
Talking about Jonathan, he had 3 rushing touchdowns today. He was 1 short of tying Melvin with 4. What do you think as a freshman he needs to do to truly become a standout in the Big Ten and solidify his ranking?
I think, one, don't worry about any of that, all the other stuff around it. Just be the best player you can be and continue to grow. There's just got done talking to the team. We got to focus on the little things, and you start stacking up enough of the little things that adds up to big. And I think Jonathan would be the same. He certainly has talent, and he's got himself off to a good start, but there's a long way to go.
Paul, I know it's early, but do you have any word on the severity of Benchwell's injury, and how long he might be out, and when he goes out of there, how does it affect the play of the line without him?
Well, I think that haven't gotten anything substantial from what's going on with Bo. And anytime, I think whether you take a look at any of your starters, there's going to be an impact. But I don't know what's the status is.
What does Jonathan bring to the offense that maybe you haven't had?
I think that potentially he can give us some big plays that we haven't had a lot of necessarily in the running game. And I think he gives you also depth. We like Bradrick. Obviously Bradrick didn't play today, and I thought Chryst took some steps forward in certain areas today. And so I think whenever you can add, we knew about Bradrick. We thought we knew about Chryst. And then when you see Jonathan come in and do what he's doing, I think it gives us depth, and I think that he's capable of being a good football player for us.
Paul, FAU obviously had that long touchdown in the first half. What do you think led to that? What did you see in that play?
Oh, I think we had a breakdown in the coverage, and they found it.
Jason?
Paul, this team has their first big road test next week. Do you think this team's ready for that, or is there a lot of stuff to still
Ready or
work
not,
through?
here it comes, right? We'll make sure they're ready for it.
Jason?
Chris had a pretty big day on defense today. Obviously, spent last season rehabbing. Do you
Right.
get the sense of what it means for him to be back out there and contributing in the way that he is?
I think it means a lot, and Chris really enjoys the game of football. He enjoys playing it, and we've got a number of them that do, and that's why when they miss out on opportunities, that's hard for them. And so it's been good to have Chris back, and I think that he loves playing the game, and those can also be infectious. When you get people out there that they're having fun, I appreciate seeing it, and more importantly, I think it's fun to be around.
Well, what happened when you couldn't punch it in from inside the 5 there? Was it blocking? Was it maybe a young back that has to learn what to do in that instance? Or
Yeah, this is bad for a coach, but we always want to go see the film, right? And I think that it's my takeaway right now is that when we look at it, there's going to be a little bit of everything. And I think that, whether we're just on edges instead of truly covering up, whether there was some patience. I didn't even see a replay of them, so I don't know, Tom, but it's my guess is it's going to be a combination.
Well, PJ had been doing obviously a nice job on kickoffs for you. Did Hintz at least give you an adequate replacement for today?
Yeah, I thought that Zach did come in, and we had a couple touchbacks, and it was what was nice was that you felt confident that you go in and to have Zach in that. Now we hope that PJ can come back and be healthy, but I thought he was pretty good on it. I don't know for sure. Yeah, hope is not that's right. Well said.
Anything else? Jason?
You know that. Where you been?
About the FAU's last offensive drive of the first half, you called that timeout on third down when the guy ran out of bounds. What did you see there? Was the guy tackled inbounds, or?
I thought I heard someone say they still in bounds. And I thought I got to do a better job of communicating too with the official at the end. Told him I wanted to take it to 2 and call timeout, and they got the timeout. That was bad It was bad at the end of the half for us to have to cover a kick too. But that's what I thought I heard upstairs. I couldn't see it on the far end, and wanted to have a chance to see if we could put a drive together.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
All right,
Thanks, Coach.
thanks.